Hi everyone, welcome back to the Movie Couple channel. I'm Wendy and here is my review for Past Lives. Past Lives is directed by Celine Song, and it's about Nora and Hae Sung, two deeply connected childhood friends who went their separate ways after Nora's family immigrates from South Korea. Decades later, they are reunited on one fateful week as they confront destiny, love, and the choices that make a life. Past Lives is one of those movies that I had been looking forward to ever since I saw the trailer. It is an A24 film, so you already know based on that it is a thoughtful film, gets you thinking, and it's also going to hit you emotionally. And this film really examines the human nature, the routes we take, the journey we walk, the people we meet along the way that help us make certain choices, and kind of looking back and thinking, what was our past lives? And that was kind of an overall theme in this one where they talk about, I may say it incorrectly, but they call it inyoung.
There's a word in Korean, inyeon. It means providence or fate.
The film stars Greta Lee. She plays Nora, and we see her in both her childhood life and in her adult life. So in her childhood life, which is based in South Korea, she has a best friend, childhood best friend, named Hae Sung. But the two aren't just best friends. Hae Sung definitely feels an attraction to her, and even though they are young, the attraction is clearly there as far as, emotionally how they are connected. And from a young age, I feel like Nora is quite outspoken. She's a bit blunt, not in a bad way at all. And she knows what she wants and she says what she wants. Nora's parents have made the decision to immigrate to outside of South Korea, and Nora doesn't really object to any of it throughout the film, which I find surprising because she has such a close connection with her best friend. But she is very adult and very matter-of-fact about it. And there is this really emotional scene where Hae Sung is obviously not in a good mood because he's about to lose his childhood best friend, and they're sort of parting ways. And by emotional, I don't mean, there's tears, there's screaming. The entire movie, even in scenes from their childhood, it's all very quiet and contained and almost muted. So I feel like it's making you sort of really listen and pay attention to what is going on, because it's not a movie about like loud this and that and lots of screaming, crying, and oh, I love you, and we could have had this in our past lives, and what would have happened if you hadn't left South Korea. It's none of that at all. It's all very quiet, and the way it plays out, even though it's not loud, the messaging is really, really loud. So Nora leaves Korea. She doesn't talk to Hae for years. Fast forward, now she is an adult and she is on a fellowship, artist fellowship in New York. And she's speaking with her mom on the phone, and that's where her and Hae Sung sort of I guess not rekindle, but they kind of cross paths again. So while Nora has been doing all of, her things in New York, like living large, pursuing her dreams and her passion, Hae Sung has been thinking about her and missing her and trying to find her. So when they finally reconnect on social media, it's lovely to see that although all of those years passed, for them, it almost feels like no time have passed at all. They kind of get through that awkward stage of, oh my gosh, I can't believe you found me, and what have you been up to? And that friendship, the reason why they were best friends as kids, still remains. And that still plays through. And those are, I would say, the more exciting parts of the film, where everything is a little bit more, again, contained and quiet. When they are rekindling and they're kind of walking down memory lane and interacting with each other via whether it's social media or text messages or Skype calls, that's where Nora comes to life and Hae Sung comes to life and the film comes to life. I'm definitely not going to give away any sort of spoilers, but I will say, because you can see this part in the trailer, I will touch on this. The two gets to meet back up face to face together again. So it's a lot more personal now than just, being separated by a screen and webcams. They are actually in person. the other person is tangible, they're right in front of you, and they're having these conversations, and examines the choices that make in life and where it's led them, and what do they both want. Do they rekindle this love that they never got to explore? Do they rekindle the friendship? What is it? And it is just so fascinating to watch, because there are certain factors that come in that's kind of unexpected, which I won't tell you about. You'll have to watch the movie to find out. I expected to cry a lot more in this movie. I didn't cry as badly as I thought I was going to, even though I was feeling all the emotions sort of in this area. But I will say the final scene, what Greta Lee does in that final scene, absolutely killed me. I went from holding everything in, all the emotions, to just when I just released and I was like, oh my gosh, what an emotional film. This film is actually not at all what I expected. I did expect a little bit more dramatic, a little bit more, the tears and the passionate, like, where have you been this whole time? I've been looking for you. And I love that it's really the opposite of that. It's quiet, and if there's a lot of long moments that are, you can almost say it's dragged out a little bit. But in those moments is where you're doing all of your thinking as you're taking in the message of this film. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and give my rating for Past Lives. I love that it examines the human relationship. It kind of makes you look at yourself, your life journey, your choices, where you are now, and if you had made a different choice back then, and you'll kind of also explore the past life aspect, the in-young aspect of it. It just gets you thinking a lot, and I like it when the film can do that for me. So my rating for this movie is matinee it. You guys, thank you so much for watching. If you've seen Past Lives, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next review.